Hi, Ryan.
Hey, Kat, how are you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm good. I'm just sitting on the bus playing video games.
All right. In
Yeah,
between
on a day off.
towns.
A day off of our tour. We're about a 3-week tour we're on.
All right. Yeah, I see you've got quite a few shows lined up at the moment. And early next year, you're coming to Australia for the Soundwave Festival.
I know. I'm so stoked. We've been to Australia. It's probably been 5 years or so. We came over there with Korn and Disturbed and Hatebreed on kind of a package thing. And it was great. And we actually did a little headliner. I don't remember. It's been a long time, but and a lot of shows since then. A lot of Jack Daniels since then. So, it was a really good time. We had a blast.
I was going to ask if you'd been here before, but even like the bands you've played with and that Linkin Park as well as like Disturbed and Korn, and that's just like, wow. Do you ever feel like that?
It's crazy to have been a kid because I'm 33, but I grew up with a lot of these bands. And now to be friends with them, like Deftones and Korn and all these bands that I adored growing up, and now being able to play shows and say what's up to them, and it's a wild ride for sure.
Yeah. Well, can I ask how long you guys have been together? Because I see in your bio your current vocalist joined in 2001.
Right. I'm the only actual original member of the original 10 years that's left, still touring and still part of the band. Our singer was in a different band, and we used to, in Knoxville, we would all make flyers and hand out flyers to come see our band shows, and there was only a couple places to play. So he used to come see me play with the original 10 years, and then we heard his band, and the band was awful. No offense, but he was just amazing. And our old singer didn't want to do it really anymore, and he was more of a screamer, and our stuff was heavier. But we knew with Jesse that we could keep the name because we liked the name, and we already had a little street cred in Knoxville, Tennessee, because we were kids, and kids would come out and support other kids, And we started, our original singer quit, and then we started practicing and writing songs. And actually the first song we ever wrote was Wasteland, which turned out to be our biggest song that we've ever had. And I just kept at it. It was so serious. Everybody thinks about, sex, drugs, and rock and roll. We were serious. We practiced 4 or 5 nights a week, and you didn't drink, you didn't smoke, you didn't do anything. You came in there and you worked, and we worked out, and we worked on songs, and we worked on set and the order and, everything. It was so, like, looking back on it, it was pretty militant that we were getting ready to do something, But as the years have passed, and this is years and years ago, I'm 33, that was when I was like 20, and we got a record deal, and, one of our guitar players, Matt, just wasn't real happy with it either. It was a different lifestyle being on tour and on a tour bus and away from your family and friends and stuff. And so everybody kind of has fallen off except for me and Jesse. And we're the original members that still play. But we've picked up some great musicians along the way to keep us touring. We've been very fortunate in finding great musicians. We keep going and still stay strong. We probably sound better than we did when we were kids because now we're actually musicians. You're still kind of learning your chops when you're young. We've got it down now.
Yeah, you've got a lot of amazing memories since you were 19 as well.
Oh yeah. I mean, I remember we did a festival. I think it was in Japan, and somehow I ended up in a room with James Hetfield and Lars and Maynard and Adam Jones and Jerry Cantrell. Literally, if you scanned the whole room, you knew every person in the room except for me. They were all iconic rock stars, and I'm just sitting in there with Steph from the Deftones. We had just met and had common interests, so we talked and hung out, and I was just sitting there with them, just scanning the room this is insane. If I make $1 million billion and don't make a penny, this is the coolest moment of my life.
Oh, great.
At least when it comes to being in a band and being, I have way other great memories of getting engaged and, so on and so forth in my real life, but in my rock and roll life,
that's it.
It's different for sure. The 13-year-old kid in me is always freaking out inside, but
Well, one moment you're being have fans coming crawling all over you, and then the next minute you're turning around into someone that you have loved all your life. It must be strange.
Yeah, I mean, it's, you just got to be cool with them because everybody treats, like, I remember the Deftones and stuff, like one of my favorite bands, and I never asked them for, like, an autograph or anything. You kind of want them to look at you as, like, a peer. And because they know, they know that obviously we're all playing music and we have our influences. But it's usually just people who are cool, and it's funny, I'll go out and eat with fans and stuff after the shows, and, like, we call them diehard fans, the people that come out and see us anytime we're around, we'll drive and all that, that you get to know on a first-name basis because of the internet and everything. And I'm like, let's go get something to eat. Let's go to the bar. It becomes kind of a community.
Yeah.
But then you do get those crazy kind of people, too, that are a little entitled. I think people get a little too entitled. But I guess that's just kind of the world we live in.
And with the Soundwave Festival, like, you have played with some really awesome bands and that, but, like, they've gotten the cream of a lot of the awesome American bands are coming out here for Soundwave, and you're going to be playing with them. Who are you most looking forward to playing with that you haven't yet?
I don't really know because, like, I'm just at a loss right now. I can't even remember who's on it. Green Day's on it, right?
Yep. There's, like, Rob Zombie, Avenged Sevenfold.
I looked at it and I'm excited, but I have the worst memory. Short-term memory is not very good. I know there was a Green Day for sure because I've never seen them, and I've been a fan of them since for the first album, Dookie.
Yeah.
That first major label.
Your friends Korn are there too.
Do I know? Korn's there?
Korn's there, yep.
Yeah, we'll get to see those guys too. I hadn't seen those guys in a minute. Korn was really good to us. They took us all over the world. They took us to South Korea. They took us everywhere. Jonathan really liked our first record called The Autumn Effect. He was a big promoter of our band, Even though we didn't really sound a lot like him, he just still dug it.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know how I'm going to see them all. That's the thing,
Well, luckily, you've got 5 shows to see them at.
Yeah, I will. It'll be a long day for sure because I'll be walking around and my legs will probably be killing me, I'm sure, but staying inside stage everywhere I can.
Are you guys thinking about doing any sideshows?
Yeah, they're working on it. Our booking agent stuff is definitely working on it because I can't stand downtime. I'd rather. I mean, a day off after 5 in a row, it's fine. But let's go play some shows. People still love rock and metal in Australia. Here in the States, it's not as prominent, I guess, as it used to be. But that's even why it's more important. Rock and roll and metal and all that's kind of gone through phases of being cool and not cool, and kind of the DJ stuff is real hip here now. And I like hearing a band play.
Yeah.
I like hearing people that can play their instrument and have spent their life honing that craft.
Yeah.
And got together with a bunch of dudes and played music that they wrote from their heart.
Well, people can actually find out more about you at 10yearsmusic.com.
Right. And we've got a Facebook and Twitter and all that. Just with 10 years, everything.
10 Years Music, yep. And you've got a new acoustic album coming out very soon?
Yeah, I just spent all day signing 500 CDs and 500 posters for it. Yeah, my hand's about to fall off.
I'll check my mailbox next week. I want a signed one. I'm joking.
Awesome.
I look forward to seeing you when you do get down here, and look forward to seeing you do a bit of that screaming. I like a man who can scream.
Yeah, it's me.
Great.
And my poor throat.
Well, you look after it and make sure it's in fine form for Australia.
I'll smoke plenty of cigarettes to make sure it's good and snarled up for you.
Great. Thank you very much for your time.
Awesome. All right, thank you.
Okay, bye.
All right, bye-bye.
See ya.